Rock and Roll Geek Show 998.
Still rocking after all these years.
This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
This is it, the show that started it all. Often imitated, but never equal. From San Francisco, USA, online since 2004. It's the one and only Rock and Roll Geek Show. With the original Rock and Roll Geek, Michael Butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Saturday, July 18th, 2020, and it's 12:23 p.m. when I'm recording this episode. 12:23 California time. It is 9:23, or is it? Yeah, something like that. 9:23 German time. The reason I say that is because I have my friend Sven Spacebrain. He's gonna co-host the show with me today. He sent me a. No, he didn't, but he should, but he didn't. I have a co-host donation thing for people, but Sven is a friend, so he doesn't have to do that. But if you co-host the show with me, friends, you will be my friend, and you'll give me a donation, and I would really appreciate it. But Sven is on the show today. How are you, Sven?
I'm fine. You too?
I'm pretty good. I'm up here in the mountain house right now. It is about, at 12:23, it's about 100 degrees out right now. It has been... Yesterday it got up to 110, if you can believe that.
Okay. So what are you doing? What are you doing in the mountains?
I am hiding out from the Corova.
Okay.
You know, trying not to get sick, and everybody in San Francisco is freaking out, and they've locked down the city again. Our great governor has locked down the city, and I said, fuck this. When I finish this job, my paint job, I'm going to go up to the mountains, because we have a house in the mountains. I'm going to go up to the mountains for about 3 weeks. So that's where I am right now. And even though it's 110 degrees, I am loving it.
I can imagine. I'm jealous. I would also like to be in the mountains.
Where in Germany are you again? What's the town called?
That's in Frankfurt.
Frankfurt. What's the weather like in Frankfurt?
It's pretty warm. There was a bit of rain the last days, but now it's getting warmer again, so it's okay. I'm going to open up a beer here while we're talking.
I went to the brewery here in Trinity County. I have what's called a Growler Works 64-ounce insulated growler. You know what a growler is, Sven?
Not really.
Well, they have breweries, and you can bring your own bottle in. It's a 64-ounce bottle, and they'll fill it up for you from the homemade beer. There's breweries here, and they make their own beer, and you can bring what's called a growler, and it's 64 ounces. And I have one that is insulated, and it has a CO2 cartridge in it. So you're kind of like you have your little keg here. So I am going to fill myself up a drink, if you don't mind, at 12:25. It's 9:30 where you are.
It's okay to drink here.
Now you drink, right? Everybody in Germany drinks.
Yeah, we got plenty of beer here.
Yeah, Germany has the best beer. Well, the people in Belgium would beg to differ. I think Germany. I've said this before. Germany and Belgium are like almost at war, aren't they, over their beer?
Yeah, it's also, it depends a bit what you like. You know, in Germany it's more like the how should I say, the normal beer.
Yeah,
you know, with
like the Pilsner type beers.
Yeah, or Weizen as you call it. And in Belgium they have that craft beer with more volume, more percentage, and and other different flavors. But that's gotten really popular here now as well. You know, the craft beer thing. So a lot of small breweries that brewing their own beer.
Yeah, that's what I'm drinking right now, is a craft beer. But it's called Weaver Light, because I'm up in the town where the brewery is called Weaverville, and the beer I'm drinking is Weaver Light. It's super low alcohol, and it's the closest thing to a German type beer probably that you can get from this place. But I really like it. It's good beer, and it's only like $13 for a growler full. So that's what I'm drinking right now.
Okay. So you cut off the Tecate beer?
Well, I can't find Tecate here. I got a 12-pack of Modelo, which is another Mexican beer. I'm savoring that. I figured I could start drinking that, but if I start drinking Modelo, I won't be able to stop. And by the time I get done with the show, it'll be too far gone. So I figure I'll have one of these craft beers while we're doing the show. Are you guys? How's the Corova happening up there? Are you guys under lockdown still?
No, it's all loosening up. It's since some time now. It's like it's getting more normal and normal. You still have to wear a mask when you go shopping, but other than that, the things are like getting back to normal.
You allowed to sit down in a restaurant and have a beer, or a meal?
Yeah. You have to. But before you go in, you have to give your fingerprint and
what, really?
telephone number and
really
birth certificate. Yeah, something. Yeah, you have to write down your address on the. Even if you want to just like in a bakery shop, if like want to eat a donut, you have to like write down your address.
So what is that? Because if somebody walks in and gets sick, they have to contact everybody and say that you were exposed to the Corova?
Yeah.
That
or Big Brother's watching you, something.
What is to stop you from writing down a fake address?
Nothing.
Do you write down
Santa Claus?
Do you write down your real address or a fake address?
I really haven't been to a restaurant for a long time, so it's a bit strange, the whole thing. Like when you go from. When everybody like tells you, oh, stay inside. If you go out and you breathe, you'll die on the street.
Yeah.
If you go from that to, oh, we're gonna loosen up everything. Like 30 people in the park now, it's no problem. And the way from A to B, is a bit paranoid. You like to get in the mind to do normal things again. It's not that easy.
Yeah, they scare you so bad and think you're going to die if you go outside, and now everybody's scared to go out because they're afraid of dying.
Yeah, and the problem is it's not, if like the situation will like be like it's gone, or like in every country it's the same, but then you switch on the news. Here we have the numbers are going down. Then you hear, oh, in America they have like 70,000 new cases a day, something like that. It screws your mind up a little bit.
Yeah. Well, how do you think I feel? I live in California. It's one of the hot spots, as they say.
Yeah, I just read. Aren't they like locking down everything again?
They have completely locked California down again. That's why I'm up here in the mountains, because I can just go outside and not have to worry about anything. And we're at the town. I'm about 10 miles from the closest town, which is not really a big town, but there is a grocery store there, and there's a couple of bars. You can't sit in the bar anymore. For a while, you could go in the bar and you could sit down at the restaurant. Now you can't. You can go in in a restaurant and order it to go. You can go in the grocery store, but you have to wear a mask, and it's just a pain in the ass. Really, it sucks. But it's not so bad up here, so I like it up here. And I'm in the woods. I have my little studio that's at the top of this. I have like 2 acres of property, and then behind me is about 200 acres of public land where there's nobody living. So I basically live in the woods, and my little studio here is up on the hill. So I have to walk out of the house and climb up about 200 feet of stairs to get to my little studio here. And I have the AC on, which people can probably hear. But I really like it a lot here, and I'm right by the river, so I've been fishing every day, and I'm loving it. I got a freezer full of fish. I'm having some sashimi tonight with fish that I caught in the ocean.
So you're like in a cabin down by the river?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
As long as it's not a van down by the river.
Yeah. Speaking of bands, are there any shows happening in Germany yet?
Nope. Nothing.
So all the bars all the places with bars are with bands are closed.
Yeah, and there's like, I don't know. There's no end on to see on the horizon. I don't know. They're like, so when anything is gonna happen, like cultural things, it's like dead. No No gigs,
So,
nothing.
what's the band doing? Are you guys having band practice and stuff?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of recording at the moment.
Yeah, we have a
Well,
new. I'm gonna play a new song, "Shot on Mars," that you just sent me, and there's a video that you sent me. The video, it's a lyric video, and I posted the teaser of it on the Facebook today. Did you have a regular video made too, or just the lyric video?
It's not really what you called just, a lyric video, because there's a little bit more filming.
Yeah,
I wouldn't really call it like a lyric. Lyric video is for me like just, when it's just like still pictures.
Yeah.
And then when the music comes, just like the lyrics change. It's always like it's boring. I think that's we did a little different take on it.
Yeah, you actually made a video. You actually filmed a girl. What looks like a girl. At least it's a person with long hair. Maybe that's your girlfriend or wife or somebody in the band. I don't know. But she's like putting like little pieces of paper with the lyrics down on a table, and somebody's smoking it. We'll talk about that when we get to it.
Yeah.
We're not there yet, though, because I have some other things to talk about as well. First of all, I'm going to start off with a song. Oh, by the way, thank you to everybody who donates to the Rock and Roll Geek Show, because without your donations, this show would die a horrible, putrid, stench-filled death, and I'm not working while I'm up here. So you are supplying me with this beer, friends, with your donations. So I appreciate that. I will thank you all on the next show. Actually, the next show I'm interviewing Michael, what's his name? Oh, fuck. Oh, Michael Grant. Do you know who that is?
Did he play in LA Guns?
Yes.
Is that the guy?
Yeah.
Right.
I was going to start off with a different. Well, I was going to play a different song to start off. I want to play a Michael Grant song later on in the show. Michael Grant and the Assassins, Always the Villain is the name of the album. Anyway, I'm interviewing him on Monday because his PR people asked if I'd be interested in interviewing. They sent me the album, so I said, sure. If you guys were generous enough to send me this album, I would love to have him on. So I'm going to try to get some LA Guns, because, he got fired from LA Guns unceremoniously.
I read about that, yeah.
Yeah. Are you an LA Guns fan?
Me?
Yeah. No, the guy next to me.
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah, you're into that stuff.
I have to confess, I have like every album.
Well,
even the strangest ones.
Yeah. Well, my friend,
and I'm very amused to read the little battles they have, like with the two versions of LA Guns, like now for the last 20 years, changing two guns and the members crossing from one to another. It's very amusing. It's totally Spinal Tap.
I am in a band with one of the original members, Mick Cripps, who was the main songwriter. I'm in a band called The Plunkets with him. He's also got a band called Brutalist, but has no part of that. Anyway, I will play a Michael Grant and the Assassins song later. I'm going to start off with a song by a band called SNFU. Do you know who that is, Sven?
Yeah, it's a punk rock band.
Yeah, the singer Shy Pig just died. Sandy Hyde posted this on the Rock and Roll Geek Show Facebook page, which I did not create, but I do appreciate. We just got to answer 2 questions, so I know you're not a Russian hacker trying to infiltrate the rock and roll talk. Anyway, he just died. And SNFU, Shy Pig is the guy's name. They were from, I think they're a Canadian band. SNFU was legendary in the punk rock days. And when my old band, Stevie Soletto, we looked up to these guys. We played many gigs with them, and there's a documentary on Shy Pig that came out a few years ago. Somebody posted that on the page as well, which I just purchased. I'm going to watch that tonight. But Stevie Soletto, my old band, we looked up to these guys. We played several gigs, and Shy Pig, they were probably one of the best live bands I've ever seen. The energy that this band had were just unbelievable. They were a hardcore band. I always thought SNFU stood for Situation Normal, All Fucked Up or whatever, but apparently they said it stood for Society's No Fucking Use. Shy Pig, and I always thought he was a straight edge dude too, because our singer Ray, we were playing a gig with SNFU in San Francisco, and Jello Biafra was in the crowd, was at the show, and Ray went up to Jello and Shy Pig and said, "Hey, you know where I can get any speed or something like that?" And Shy Pig said something to the effect of, "You're an asshole. We don't want any drug guys around us." Turns out this Shy Pig guy got really deep into meth and died at age 57. And when the pictures I saw of him close to his death, he looked like a speed freak. So he's lecturing us about drugs, which I didn't do drugs, but our singer did. He was lecturing us about drugs, and it turned out he was pretty into drugs himself. So I'm going to start off with a SNFU song. Rest in peace, Shy Pig. This guy was one of the best frontmen. He was a very influential punk rock frontman as well. I mean, everybody, the guy was legendary. If there was a punk rock Hall of Fame, this guy would probably be one of the first guys in it. Rest in peace, Shy Pig. I'm going to play something called One-Legged Jumper Breaks Good Leg in a Plunge. Now, I got this off of Amazon Music, so the quality may not be so great. I had to transfer it onto my RODECASTER Pro here. So here is SNFU. One-Legged Jumper Breaks Good Leg in a Plunge. Then we'll come back and we will talk to Sven about brand new Torpedohead. There you go. SNFU. One-legged jumper breaks good leg in a plunge. You there, Sven?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. Rest in peace, Shy Pig. Even though he was not too nice to Ray, our old singer, who is also dead of a life of drugs as well. So rest in peace, Ray from Stevie Stiletto and Shy Pig.
When was that when you played with them?
Oh, we had a punk rock club. When I was in Stevie Stiletto, this was the early 80s. So we toured the country several times, and a lot of times we played with other bands, and SNFU was on the bill a lot of the times. We also had a punk rock club in Jacksonville, Florida, where we were from, called the 730 Club, and they played there we booked them there at least 2 times, so we played with them many times. And we played with them in San Francisco, which was about, I'm going to say, the mid to late 80s when we moved to San Francisco. Yeah, around actually the late 80s, like 89 and 90, something like that. They were the coolest. These guys put on the best punk rock show. The guys would all, they would do synchronicity jumps, whatever you call it. They would all jump at the same time, and the guys would get like 10 feet of air at the same time. They kind of started that whole punk rock deal of the jumping, choreographed jumping. And he was like a little Chinese guy with a mohawk, and he was a badass frontman. I mean, he was really good. They when we played with them in San Francisco, they covered an Eddie Money song, "Give Me Some Water," which was really cool. Before we get into the brand new Torpedohead song, which I know Sven is itching to get into, I've got an audio comment from a friend of the show, Johathan Travers, which I just can't wait to hear an audio comment by Johathan Travers, because you can tell when he calls in, it's always going to be full of joy and happiness.
Hey Butler, what's going on?
Hey Johathan Travers.
It's your buddy Johathan Travers. Sunday morning. Just finished the Robbie Robertson, the band doc, Once Were Brothers.
Yes, I had the director of that documentary on the Rock and Roll Geek show. Possibly the worst interview I ever had on the show, but I enjoyed the documentary. I got a feeling that Johathan Travers doesn't agree, but go ahead, Johathan.
Thought it was pretty good.
Okay, good.
Buddy of mine used to always play the last waltz when we get done going out, running out at the bars and shit, end of the night kind of thing. Never really dug them, but...
Oh, by the way, the Butlers are doing an acoustic, another one of these acoustic quarantine things in the woods. And one of the songs we're playing is a Robbie Robertson and the Band song. So I got a lot to learn, because every song we're playing, I don't know any of them. So back to you, Johathan.
Which one?
What's that?
Which one are you playing?
Let me see. I forgot the list. It's called Jemima Surrender. You know that song?
No, I don't know that.
Yeah, me neither. The one I know is what is it?
Take it out of Annie.
What is it? Went down to Nazareth, right me in my hand. I know that one, but we're not playing that
Annie,
one.
Annie, Annie.
Take a load off Annie. Take a load for free.
Load free.
Take a load off Annie.
Annie.
And you put the load right on me. All right. Yeah, that's not the one we're playing. Yeah, and we're also playing we're playing a Big Star song, which I don't know. We're playing a Nazareth song, which I kind of know. We're playing a Bob Seger song, which I don't know. A Van Morrison song, which I never heard in my life. I couldn't tell you one Van Morrison song, to be honest with you. I don't know any.
Isn't that one Patti Smith covered from Van Morrison?
That's a Bruce Springsteen song. You talking about?
No, I don't mean that one. The other one, her signature song.
What?
Gloria. Isn't that from Van
Oh,
Morrison?
you're right. That's a Them song. You're right, Gloria. Yeah, I know that one. But unfortunately, we're not playing that one.
See, I know my shit, man.
Yeah. We're playing a Rod Stewart song, which I don't know how to play, but I've heard the song.
Which one?
Maggie May, because the Craig wants to play mandolin.
But you have to play note for note like the original bass line.
Let me tell you something. If who's the bass player in Faces? Ronnie Lane. If it's Ronnie Lane playing bass, which I don't think he is, that guy's a badass bass player. We're also playing a Stones song, "Waiting on a Friend," which I don't know. So I have to learn 10 songs. But that's happening
So
on.
you have to do your homework.
Yeah, I do. I was supposed to be playing also in an AC/DC tribute band with one of the guys from Exodus and one of the guys from Death Angel. We're supposed to be playing a Hell's Angels private party. It was like an illegal party, and one of the guys in the AC/DC band got cold feet. That was supposed to happen this Saturday, a week from today, and one of the guys in the band has a family. And if you're going to catch the Corova anywhere, there's a possibility that you might catch one at a Hell's Angels party, because I kind of have a feeling that none of those guys are going to be wearing masks or social distancing or anything like that. Do they call it social distancing in Germany or in Europe?
Yeah, they also call it like that.
Whoever made up that term.
I don't know.
That's the lamest fucking term.
But right now over here, turn to asocial distancing.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling.
Anti-social distancing.
I have a feeling that nobody would be social distancing. Anyway, one of the guys in the band has a young family, and I think he's getting pressure from his wife not to do this thing. So I'm pretty sure we canceled that gig. So. Yeah, anyway. Back to you, Johathan Travers. I forgot all about you, friend. Back to you.
Never really dug them, but...
okay, I'm going to back it up here to the beginning.
Hey, Butler, what's going on?
Hey, Johathan Travers.
It's your buddy, Johathan Travers.
Hey, how you doing?
Sunday morning. Just finished the Robbie Robertson, the band doc, Once We're Brothers.
Uh-huh.
Thought it was pretty good. Buddy of mine used to always play the last waltz when we get done going out, running out at the bars and shit.
Yeah, good songs
the night
on
kind
that.
of thing. Never really dug them.
I think Jemima Surrender is on that.
But I kind of dug the DVD back in the day. But, am I even allowed to say it was only pretty good? Or should I just say it was the greatest thing I've ever seen? Anyway.
Well, I don't know.
Also, that song that Robbie...
No, because Casey came on and did Casey from American Heartbreak and Feather Witch. You know Casey, Sven?
Yeah, of course.
He did a rap album. He recorded and pressed a rap album, and Johathan Travers trashed it, and now he feels like he can't trash anything.
Robertson's working on in that documentary. Horse shit.
Wait a minute.
Sorry.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Back it up here.
Horse shit.
Wait, farther back.
Never seen. Anyway. Also, that song that Robbie Robertson's working on in that documentary. Horse shit.
Okay, I don't remember.
Sorry if I ruffle any feathers with that one.
I don't remember.
But holy fuck, what a snoozer of a fucking song that is.
I wonder if that's.
Talk about
I wonder if that's Jemima Surrender. I hope not. God, I hope not.
Only it'll put you to sleep. Anyway, just kicking back, getting ready for the grandkids to come over. Take it easy.
Grandkids?
Stay frosty, brother.
Right, stay frosty. You too can leave me an audio comment. Just record it on your phone. Email it to me at rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Mad at Dad. Johathan Travers sent one in for Mad at Dad, too. So I'll save that for the Mad at Dad program coming up on Tuesday. All right. You ready to break down the new Torpedohead song, Sven?
Yes, I am.
Should we watch the video or should we let's watch the video? How's the sound quality on the video? Is it just as good as the MP3?
Yeah.
All right. Should I get out the guitar and see if I can learn it on the spot?
Yeah, I would love to hear it.
All right. Let's see. I'm guessing you guys tune down a half step, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't. My Gibson Hummingbird acoustic here is not tuned down a half a step, so I would have to transpose, which this would be a D. All right. Let's take a little bit. Let's listen to a little bit of it. Well, you want to hear the whole song, or should we just play a little bit at a time and break it down? Let's do this. Let's play the whole song, then go back and break it down. How about that?
That would be a good idea, Mr.
All
Butler.
right. This song is called Shot on Mars. Nobody's ever heard this, have they?
No.
Except for your immediate. Now, is this the whole band or just you?
No, at the moment it's just me because we live too far away from each other.
So you played all the instruments on this, or did the whole band record this?
No, the whole band. We recorded that in our rehearsing space.
So you have a little studio and a little Pro Tools set up in the rehearsal space?
Yeah, we transformed it into a little studio.
Oh.
I think we talked about that the last time when I came on the
What
show.
is it? Is it Pro Tools?
No, it's called Cubase.
Oh,
you know
that's
that?
right. Yeah,
I think in America they use Pro Tools, and over here in Europe they have Cubase. Yeah.
Is that what Ginger records on when he does his stuff, or do you know?
I don't know.
All right, well, let's listen to. So, have you guys finished the whole album, or how many songs have you recorded? I played one on the show before.
Yeah, we're like loosely recording stuff, you know. We're always like a bunch of songs, and then we're getting it to send them off to mixing, and then we get them back and do some videos. So it's not really that we like set out. We're gonna record a whole album now, like 10 songs, and then. Yeah.
So you guys all recorded this, or are you playing most of the instruments yourself?
No. I the guitars and the singing, and the other guys bass and drums.
All right.
And a little bit of backing vocals.
So nobody's ever heard. This is a world premiere.
Yes, it is.
Now, when is Decibel Geek going to play it on their show?
Who is Decibel Geek?
You know,
always the same.
You know who Decibel Geek is.
Oh, you got the same joke. Every time I come on the show, when is Decibel Geek?
Well, I like.
He had the premiere like 10 years ago.
I like Chris from Decibel Geek. I have a feeling that every podcast probably has this, but I appreciate. I'm glad that I'm the first one that gets it, though. I appreciate that. So.
I never heard of Decibel Geek.
Yes, you
Michael.
have. Okay. What about what are some of the other rock podcasts? What about Cobras and Fire? Do they have it?
No, I don't know that one as well.
What are the other ones?
The other guys.
What other ones?
You have to listen. You have to re-listen to the track. You know, the video we did to Wildfire. They're all in that one.
Yeah.
You know,
what are some of the other ones that you've never heard of? The other podcasts that you've never heard of? Classic Metal Show. You know, have they ever? They have it.
Do we play metal?
Okay. Rock and/or Roll. Do they have it?
No.
Okay,
don't
good.
Know that.
All right, good. Well, it's a world premiere on the Rock and Roll Geek Show. Here, the song is called "Shot on Mars." Then we'll come back and we'll do a little breakdown of the song. We'll analyze it. I'll put Sven on the spot. Here it is, "Shot on Mars."
With hurricane
There you go. Shot on Mars. Catchy as hell song, Sven. Nice job,
Thank
friend.
you. Thank you.
See if we can break this down. So I'm a half step down. So I'm playing an F sharp, but you guys in G, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Who's now in the video? I like the song a lot. Did you hear the one that the song that you sent me last time? I did a whole episode on it, how to write a great rock song. Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard it.
Did you like that? Okay. Did I give it? Did I do it justice?
Very cool, man.
No, that means he didn't like it.
No, I liked it very much.
And I think
it was really cool.
Go ahead.
I think you started off with something like John Mellencamp. You played the John Mellencamp tune, something like that. I remember that. That was cool.
Did you think about John Mellencamp when you were writing that song?
The last one, the Heartbleed?
Yes.
No, not at all. I started off with the chorus. I was jamming on the acoustic guitar, and I had a chorus, and then the rest just followed.
Playmate shot on Mars. Okay, I gotta learn it. All right, this one's good. I like this song even better, and I really like the last one.
Good.
So you got another winner on your hands here, Sven. So, all right. And you know what that means? That means you should be making ton of money from this one, just like the last one, right?
I'm swimming in money.
All right, it's working now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, the new RODECASTER. I'm not going to get into that. I got a bone to pick with the guys at Rode. All right, so let's go through the song. All right, we started from the beginning here. I got my guitar. What are you doing, Sven? You sound like you're shuffling papers, buddy, friend.
Just got something to drink.
Ah, what are you drinking?
This is called. Wait a moment. Augustiner.
Is that a beer?
Yes.
Okay. No, I do
beer
not.
From Munich.
Oh, okay.
It's very good. It's from Munich.
Every beer I had in Germany was great, so I trust you that it's great. All right, start off the song Shot on Mars from the beginning here. I'm playing the video. All right. So there is a girl typing. G. Girl typing. Who's the girl?
She's a Martian, obviously. If it's Shot on Mars.
Okay, we got a wise guy on the other end of the line here. Okay, that means it's probably his girlfriend or wife. I'm not going to talk.
No,
about
it's not.
that.
No, it's not.
She's got.
You have to ask our drummer Stash.
Oh, he made the video. He made it.
No, he didn't make the video, but he's got the connection.
Okay. Well, she's got cute hands. Can't see her face. She's one-handed typer. All right, it didn't. All right. That right there. A little like the replacement, or not replacement. The rest of the song, the other part is like the Replacements, which is a good thing. Are you a Replacements fan?
Yes, I am.
And then that part, little Descendants.
Yeah, it's a half step thing. I played on the 7th fret. You know, like when you're playing a power chord on the 7th fret, and then you move your you let your index finger rest, and the other finger just push one half. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little dissonant, but you're kind of. So, but. Yeah, I like that. That's a cool thing. All right. So it's. Is that right? Something like that.
On the G, it's actually just like a rock and roll riff, you know, bam, 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 bam thing. Chuck Berry thing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. Good job. All right. I'm going to try to watch the lyrics as well. So the girl is ripping off pieces of paper. I hope people are into this. If you're not, that's okay. I'm having fun doing it. The girl is tearing off. She's typing lyrics on a typewriter. Then she's throwing them down on a table. She's cutting them off the paper with a knife. And as she's cutting them off the paper, she's also cutting up her desk as well when she's cutting off the lyrics with the knife. Now, whose idea was this? The drummer's idea to make their video like this?
No, it was my idea because that's actually how the lyrics were written.
So you just wrote a bunch of words down and cut them and just threw them on the table.
No, it's actually the lyric is actually from a poem I did some years ago, which I made with how you already described with the cut up technique. You know,
David Bowie made that. It kind of did that.
Yeah, but before David Bowie, William Burroughs already did that in the 60s.
Of course he did. Of course he did. That's where David Bowie got it from.
He got it from him. Yeah, and I was experimenting with that, but I didn't just take like random words, like ideas and stuff. I wrote down, you know, and then I took all these words and put them together, and then at random I pasted that poem together. So that's how the lyrics came. Okay. Like there's no rhyme and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then I just like.
So no rhymes. That's probably. I'm guessing that Bob Dylan also got his lyrics ideas from William Burroughs too, didn't he?
Yeah, he got him from Allen Ginsberg.
Oh, okay. So
Allen, not that far away.
Yeah, William Burroughs and Allen Ginsberg, were they cohorts? So they said?
Yeah, they were what you call the Beats.
Yeah.
Like Jack Kerouac also belonged to him.
Yeah. And nobody's poems rhymed back then.
Yeah, they finished with the rhyming and started with not rhyming.
Yeah. And then David Bowie did it, and now Sven Spacebrain did it. All right. Let's continue the song here.
Creature of habit with kaleidoscope motion. Endless highway.
All right, this is the B section. What is it? Endless highway. What's the lyrics?
Endless highway pines.
That's right, probably. That's a replacement, simple replacement thing too, which is great.
A super soul sleeping with exact time. Playmate shot on Mars.
Playmate shot on Mars. You just threw the paper down on the table and it came up with Playmate shot on Mars.
Yeah, all it just came out.
So it does.
The thing is, you know, I took the text and I just started playing music to it, and I actually forced myself not to change anything. You know, normally when I write a song, you know, you have like, that doesn't fit so good. You have to put it a little bit different, and in that case, I just sang the whole thing to it, and. It sounds, for me, when I heard it the first time, it sounded a bit strange. It sounded a bit like I didn't write the song, you know? You get what I'm saying?
Because there was not many chord changes in it, and so you thought it sounded like...
No, because of the singing. Because I had to sing it differently, that the whole text was it fit to the chords, you know?
Right.
Because normally... You have your style when you're writing a song, and you like fit things, and I didn't do that there, so it sounded a bit different.
Ah, good songwriting exercise, huh?
It is. It is.
There you go. Little songwriting tip from Sven.
So the only thing that rhymes is it's a little bit I put in later in the chorus, but other than that, it's just the text that I like took and changed nothing.
All right, let's keep listening.
Just another plane shot on Mars. I don't care, no, I don't wanna go that far away. Just another plane shot on Mars.
All right, then back to the Descendants thing. I'm not a guitar player, but I'm doing my best here. I like that. What do you call that? You call that, what would that part of the song be called?
It's like a little bridge from the chorus to the verse.
Yeah.
Just like a little thing, a thing you stick in there that like you get the feeling. What's that?
Tag. It's called a tag,
Sounds,
I think.
You know, like when you get like, what's that? It sounds a bit strange. What's going on here?
She'll kiss you, kill you, but never,
Then back to the verse.
never for you. A beachcomber flirting with assassin, bitter creek. Smiling river trip, Woodstock in wicked waters. Give me higher ground. Soulmate, illegal smile. Silent.
So Soulmate Illegal Smile just came up. You threw the papers down and that's how it came out?
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
You don't believe me?
I believe you. I believe you. I like it. I like it. And the table is getting completely destroyed that she's cutting up the paper on.
Yeah.
Pistol, gun fucking him in the night. Playmate shot on Mars. Just another playmate shot on Mars. I don't care, no, I don't wanna go that far away. Just another playmate shot on Mars.
Who is that girl anyway? You're not going to tell me? She's cute. She can't see her face, but she's cute. It doesn't matter. It's none of my business.
Traveling to blood running, but fast forward to Alpha Radio. With a fetus fermented and a down. We shout beneath the flag to make it true. CSX plans, immediately friendly.
What are you doing to effects on the voice there?
Some distortion on it.
What is
Distortion and some echo. No.
that? Okay, just call it a distortion effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like you put some more gain on it. You know, the more gain it goes, and you get that telephone sound.
Oh, okay. All right. You're the only guitar player, right?
Yeah.
You ever had a second guitar player? Because I thought that Spacebrains had two guitar players, didn't they?
Yeah, back then we had two guitar players, and also in Torpedohead we had a small time when we had a second guitar player.
How'd that? What you don't like? Did you butt heads with the other guitar players?
No, not really. The first guitar player we had, he didn't have a time anymore, so we at the end we like stuck with a trio, and then we tried with the second guitar player, but that really didn't work out, because the problem is for most of the time I've always played guitar on my own, because the first band I had was also a trio, so I started out writing the songs with also like playing the guitar, and you have your own style how you play guitar, and there's so much cranked into the guitar part. It's the other guitar player has to be really good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Without trying to sound like, oh, I'm the good guitar player. But you crank like so much into that, because it just has to sound good. when you were like 3 people, and you I don't know.
And you got to, but when you only have one guitar player and you're the singer and the guitar player, the job seems to be like it would be a lot harder.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Now, I just happen to have the video froze on this girl's lower part of her face. She looks like she's about 17 years old.
No, she's older than that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is cute, anyway. Breakdown. You know what they say about the breakdown? Every great song has to have a breakdown.
That's like the part when the hands go into the air.
The second chord is
I want to see your hands.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, let's get them up. Let's bounce. And the bass player starts bouncing, and you try to get the whole audience to bounce. That's the way they do it on the Warped Tour, at least.
Yeah.
Second chord of the go
or
ahead.
in American Heartbreak, when the song starts out with the bass line.
Yeah. Well, we didn't bounce. We didn't bounce and ask the audience to jump up and down like idiots. The second chord.
But yeah, that song, Raise Your Hands.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Raise your hands.
Hey, raise up your hand. Yeah. Don't remind me. Second chord of the chorus is the C. Is that right? No. Playmate shot on.
To D.
Yeah. Playmate shot on Mars. No. Playmate shot on Mars. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Playmate
E.
shot on Mars. Then it goes to E.
Then you go to E minor, and then to C.
Okay, got it. Little walk-up bass line.
Yep.
Your bass player played that.
Yes. Our bass
Yeah.
player is also the one who edited the video.
Ah, okay.
Doing really cool editing jobs.
Okay, yeah, it's a nice lyric video. I like it. It's not your standard lyric video. You got the Rich Battersby drum fill, the machine gun, whatever you call it, right?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. I think we just taught you how to play that song, friends.
Yes, we did.
Great tune, Sven. I like it.
Thanks a lot, man.
And I like how you wrote the song. I like the tips of how you put the song together. It's very creative way to do it. I like it.
Yeah, it's always cool to try to try new stuff and not like to only stay with the old stuff you know, like to
Yeah,
do a little.
challenge
to
yourself.
challenge yourself a little more. Sometimes it can lead you to strange places where you say, no, that's not the way I want to go.
Yeah.
I'd rather go back. But on the other hand, you get to cool places with that.
So is this song out on any or going to be out on the streaming services or out on iTunes or for sale or anything like that, or video on YouTube?
Yeah, video on YouTube. We're gonna release it on video, and yeah, all the other podcasts who had to wait until Michael Butler did the premiere.
Yeah. Who's next? Which one's next in line?
Oh, they have to go all now.
All at the same time. Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll all.
yeah.
That's what that sounds about right. They'll all release it together because I'm not saying that nobody has any originality, but you take that for what it's worth, friends.
We all love Michael Butler.
Tell that to my wife. Okay.
By the way,
Yeah.
I listened to that podcast you did on the American Heartbreak album. Really enjoyed that one.
Did you? Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, because there were a lot of things that the same stuff you experience, like playing in a band with all the the back and forth with the band members and stuff like that.
Yeah, those are always fun. I like to hear behind-the-scenes stuff of making of songs. That's why I like doing this kind of stuff, breaking down this song and stuff like that. Maybe it bores other people, but I don't think it does. I like it.
Yeah, I love that stuff too.
That's called
Always
geeking
cool.
out.
It is.
All right.
Get to know the insides.
So a couple of things I want to get to before we wrap this thing up here. I just finished last night the Matt Sorum. You know who Matt Sorum is, Sven?
Yes, of course.
He wrote
Drummer from Guns N' Roses
yeah.
and Velvet Revolver.
He wrote a book that was supposed to come out April 7th. And somebody on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group posted that it came out, and then within hours it was pulled. It was on Amazon, and then it got pulled. And the theory was that maybe the people in the Guns N' Roses camp read some of it and threatened legal action, because the book is no longer for sale. But on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, somebody sent it to me, and I put it on the Kindle. I have one of those Amazon Fire things. They went on sale for like $50, and I grabbed one, and I finished it last night. I read this book in like 3 days, which for me, reading a book in 3 days, that must mean it's a good book, because it takes me forever to get through a book for some reason. I'm so busy doing a million things, but I got really engrossed in this book. It is one of the best rock bios, and I'm not a Matt Sorum fan in the least, but it is one of the best rock bios that I have read in years. He holds nothing. He doesn't pull anything back. Talks about Slash being a control. I'm not going to give it away. He doesn't mince words with anybody. He goes off on the guys in the Cult, because he played in the Cult.
Yeah.
He talks about Axl, Izzy, Duff.
So this is this his revenge book?
It doesn't.
Or
No,
how you
it
call
doesn't. It does not sound like he's trying to get revenge on anybody. He's just pretty matter of factly talking and just telling the stories of all the the eras in his career in a pretty natural way. Two other guys wrote it with him, which means he dictated it. He just told his story to two guys, and they put the book together. So it came off as just him telling the stories, not really trying to badmouth anybody. Yeah, but it's really good. The gun, when they've got Velvet Revolver going, the thing was, at least I remember, I'm not into that Velvet Revolver at all. I didn't like that at all. But the thing they were trying, their gimmick, I guess you could say, was they're all these guys who are all now clean and sober, ex-junkies, all clean and sober. But apparently, there was not one bit of clean and sober during the entire Velvet Revolver time. Slash was drinking, doing heroin. Duff was popping pills. Matt was doing coke and drinking. And Scott Weiland was on crack and heroin. So I cannot recommend this book enough. If it ever comes out, it's called Double Talk and Jive by Matt Sorum. I'm trying to get him on the show. That's a long shot of all long shots. He probably won't. If he does do promotion of it, he probably won't do it until the book comes out, if it ever comes out. But I just want to recommend it. If you're on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group, go back and look at some of the previous posts, because there may not be a link where you can get the PDF of this thing, but it's worth reading. Highly worth reading.
Sounds cool.
Another thing, or were you a fan of that era of Guns N' Roses? I'm guessing you were.
Use Your Illusion? Yeah.
What about the?
Not like the total fan, but I like the stuff.
What about the
I saw 'em
Chinese?
live.
What about the Chinese democracy stuff?
I think I listened to it once.
Yeah. Not Duff. Matt was in the beginning of that Chinese democracy era too, and I think he might have almost got into a fist fight with Axl or something like that. It took him they were working on it for 4 years. He was helping write that album for 4 years. And he quit, and the album ended up coming out, I don't know, another 8 years after that or something.
8 years,
yeah.
Was like a running. I remember it was like a running joke. Oh, Chinese democracy. Yeah, will it ever come out?
Yeah.
And I think there was even a band who wanted to call their record Chinese democracy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
things like that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You're always reading these things, and then the strange thing was then like. All of a sudden, it came out. You know, there was no
no fanfare,
no videos, nothing. It was just like
no promotion.
By the way, yeah, Chinese democracy is out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it sucked. Well, pretty much. I mean, maybe it doesn't suck as bad now. I don't know. I haven't listened to it since I did a track by track on it, and I don't remember giving it a great review. But yeah. Also, before we wrap it up. Chris Del Grande did a Zoom rock happy hour for just people on the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. And man, I feel so fucking bad because I was going to be there. It was last night, and I totally forgot about it. So Chris Del Grande, I apologize, man. I didn't want to come off as somebody who was too cool to go onto Rock and Roll Geek Zoom happy hour, but I totally forgot. It was so hot here last night, and I had to take my wife to traffic court in another. It's a 4.5 hour drive from my house in San Francisco to up here in the mountains. And on one of the drives, halfway there, my wife got pulled over for speeding. And she had to go to traffic court yesterday in that town she got caught speeding at, which is about 2.5 hours away from here. I had to drive her there.
Well, don't you just get a speeding ticket? You have to go to court when you drive too fast?
Well, it's a $500 ticket, and she wanted to fight it.
Okay.
I said, why don't you just pay a lawyer to go fight it for you? But no, she wanted to go fight it, and I had to drive her there in the heat. And she was she's starting to get really annoyed with me because we're pretty much together all the time at this house. In San Francisco, you know, I see her at night. I go to work in the daytime and whatever. I can take off and get time to myself. Well, I've been pretty much with her the entire time, and she's starting to get tired of me. And so she was on edge with me yesterday, and by the time we got back, it was a full day, and her being around me, and I'm stressing her out, she's stressing me out. And in all that stress, Chris Del Grande, I totally forgot about the Zoom happy hour. So do another one, and I promise I'll be there. I just don't want people to think I was too cool for the room or anything by not showing up, because they had a good turnout, and I would like to have been there. So I apologize for not being there. All right. I'm going to wrap this thing up now. Sven, thank you for doing this with me. I really appreciate it, friend.
Always great to come on your show. Great fun. By the way, I have to say a cheers or a hi from my bandmates to you. They also always like to listen to you.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that they're real big fans. All right. The joke didn't go over too well, huh, Sven? All right. All right, let's close it. No, forget it. How can we find more of the American humor? I'm not going to be a stand-up comedian.
I don't understand your American humor so much, because in Germany we have other humor, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. So, how can we find Torpedohead?
Just go to the Facebook, Torpedohead, Instagram, Torpedohead. Yeah, it's everywhere. YouTube.
Make sure you let Sven know you heard about him on the Rock and Roll Geek Show, so he doesn't feel like he wasted an hour and 10 minutes of his time on this crappy podcast. Don't tell him you heard. All right, don't, any of you wise guys, don't tell him you heard him on the Decibel Geek. You're gonna piss me off if you do that.
It's like turning into a running gag.
All right, let's close out with a Michael Grant and the Assassins song. By the way, I could use some fun facts and questions about Michael Grant. I already know he was in a band called Endeavor After, and I know he's Filipino. He's from the Philippines. But if you have any good fun facts about him, send them to me, rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. The album is called Always the Villain, and I guess that's what he's going to be promoting. I'm going to try to get some good guns or good LA gun stories, because the way he was fired, I don't think it was a very amicable split, as they say. All right, here is a song called "Runaway." Can you stand the rain? I'm going to go out on a limb right now. I have not heard this song, but I'm going to guess it's not as good as "Shot on Mars" by Torpedohead. But you be the judge, friends. Here, thank you for listening. You can find this show at rockandrollgeek.com. You can find me on the Facebook R&R Geek. Find me on the Twitter R&R Geek. Find me on the Instagram Rock and Roll Geek Don't Ask. And please keep the donations coming, because without your donations, this show would die horrible, putrid, stench-filled, just like Shy Pig kind of death. Here's Michael Grant and the Assassins. Thank you for listening, friends. I will talk to you soon. Sven?
Yeah, man.
Thank you for coming on, friends. You can either stay and listen to this song, or stay and listen to the song, and I'll say goodbye to you in private. All right.
I am.
All right, here you go.
As she stares
It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.